Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Legacy the Prince.
I am CEO AALIYAH.
And it's your boy, DJ B4EY.
Yes, sir. It's the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, man. If you're just tuning in with us, we got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Super excited about this one. We got Miss Franchesca in the building. Franchesca. Do people do it with an accent?
People actually do that a lot.
What they do?
You didn't say it right.
Like just, they just
do it.
They just put a lot of emphasis on the name.
For real?
I kind of knew y'all were gonna do that.
For real?
Yeah, the last radio interview, she did the same thing.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But it's cool. I love it.
Man, I thought we was being different.
No, it's okay.
All right, guys, that's been another episode. I'm just like, man, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
She looks absolutely amazing.
Just killing it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Fresh shapey. You know what I'm saying?
He said fresh shapey.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You was talking to her.
Yeah,
definitely
Aaliyah helped me prepare. Aaliyah helped me prepare.
Okay, two fun facts. Number one.
Oh, those your lashes?
Franchesca taught me lashes, and
wow.
she taught me.
So you the plug.
She was my very first teacher. She did an amazing job.
Oh my God, yes.
And I just did her lashes yesterday.
Yes, and it looks so good.
So you did her lash course?
Yeah, I took her course.
Okay. Did she charge you what you charging everybody else on the street? Because you
that's
just
not the point,
people over the head.
That doesn't matter.
Just
she got her coin, and we were good. That's all that matters.
You told her to charge people that much?
And she was pregnant. She was pregnant teaching me a lash course. She was big and pregnant. Yes.
She charging $1,000. I had to do lashes.
Like diapers.
No, she did not.
No, we do need those diapers.
That's
yeah,
funny,
she did my lashes, and then I got into lashes, and she taught me. And
I was about to say she did the lashes with
And
diapers.
she's so talented. I was like, yes.
Oh,
so you wanted to make sure she was still straight. You did a checkup, or what they call it?
No.
She audited you.
No.
She just she had a self-care day.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
She had self-care, because she's a mommy. So she had her self-care day away from husband and son, and she got herself together, and she knew who to call.
Exactly.
That's
the
it.
best.
She understood the assignment.
Understood the assignment.
Period.
The assignment.
Oh my
But
God.
she handled her pregnancy so graceful. Like she was so like how calm she is right now. She was still like that pregnancy. Now I don't know how she was behind closed doors, but
that's the real testament.
She was so like I don't know, like so calm, like so I don't know. It was
Maybe
it was crazy.
you get like that when you're pregnant.
Oh, I hope. Let's rub. We can rub elbows.
Who? Aaliyah?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Behind closed doors is where it's really at. You know what I'm saying? You come outside. Hey guys.
Hi,
You be wildin'.
everything's great.
I know my wife when she was pregnant. Boy, bless God.
I was a wild person.
Bless God.
Oh yeah, Selena
You still
Bonita.
I was into the interview, guys.
Exactly.
I was only imagining.
Ladies and gentlemen, Franchesca. Man, listen. All right, I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions. So
You
we're
gotta
gonna start.
introduce yourself. 'Cause I don't know.
Let
I don't
the
know
people
her.
know. Let the Fresh Leftovers family know who Franchesca is. Let's start there, and we're just gonna roll.
Okay, well, first off, I just want to thank everybody for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I appreciate you guys just opening your door to me and just allowing me on your platform. So thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Franchesca, that's an interesting question when people ask you like, who are you?
Yeah.
You're like, who am I? That's sort of thing. Like, well, I mean, first and foremost, I am a woman of God. I'm an artist. I'm a mother. I am a wife. Yeah, that's about it.
And she know how to play the guitar.
I'm learning. I'm still learning.
She fine. She's still fine.
Was that you playing on the album?
No, that was
why I
not.
asked
That was my question.
Man.
No. Oh, I didn't answer you. I text you back.
Oh, you did? Okay. Bro, that jump
she
sound
don't pay
good,
attention to text
though.
messages.
Whoever did that, that jump sound good.
His name is Charles. He actually did that song and Serenity.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And at the end when he was playing, he was just
Flowing.
Yeah, like he was just flowing, and it wasn't supposed to be, that whole long track. But I was like, let's just leave it. Like, I love how this sounds. So
It created a moment.
It's a worship moment.
I told her that because the song, the backdrop for people who don't know, she just released an album called Beauty for Ashes, right?
yes.
And one of the songs is called Where I Am, and she basically is telling God where she is right now and being honest with him. And at the end of the song, for like a whole minute, the guitar just plays.
A minute and 23 seconds.
Okay. Minute 23 seconds.
He gotta pull it on.
I texted her, I said, man, I'm so glad you left this right here, because what I feel like it does, I feel like it gives people time to reflect on where they are mentally, spiritually, and give them time. Like every time that part plays, I always pray. I just feel led to pray right there. Like I feel led to tell God where I am, be honest with Him, and just have a conversation with Him. So, like I told you when I text you, I really appreciate you leaving that guitar right there, because that was very creative. I like that.
Yeah, they didn't share the album with me, so it's cool.
No problem. We'll share it with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
That ain't no problem.
Bro. Just gonna let her know we unprepared?
No, I'm just letting her know that y'all didn't share the album with me.
Oh, it's alright.
Legacy was bumping it last night.
Shoot, yo, I
Cause
was
she
in
like
my
an
zone.
R&B gospel vibe. Like it's so good. Like when you don't want to get piped up and you want to just like chill.
Yes.
For real, I like to get piped up, so I turn on Glow or whatever. But still, when I don't want to, Franchesca is definitely my go. Even her last one, not the one in 2020, the one in 2019. That one.
You talking about the intimacy project?
Sent me. I'm talking about sent me. Yeah.
I'm so glad you like that one. I feel
Yeah.
like not a lot of people even know about that.
Oh yeah.
So how'd you get into music? Cause like you got a very seasoned sound. It don't like how'd you get into music and how long have you been doing music?
I got into music when I was, I want to say in like 2015. I moved to Atlanta, and I knew I had like a passion for songwriting and for singing, but I didn't really know what to do with it, how to, you know what I'm saying, how to use it. So I moved here, and I was not saved at this point, but I just kind of got connected and got, you know, the resources that I needed. And from there, I just got in the studio and I would write the songs and just record them. But yeah, so I guess from like just like personal, just being like passionate about it is kind of like how I got into it. Like just being driven by the passion of writing music and writing songs. And then you said how long. So yeah, that dates back to like kind of like when I started, but I had like a really long hiatus after I got saved, because yeah, like after you get saved, you know, you just need some time to understand, Lord, what are you doing? You know, who are you? You know, because you're just getting introduced to a whole different world, and essentially you're born again, so you're getting introduced to an entire new person, you know. So that's kind of like how long I was doing it, but I want to say that I haven't been doing it consistently that entire time, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So for like 20
I would have never been able to tell.
Yeah, at all.
At all. Like,
well, that's dope.
You got some real R&B-y save baby making music.
Oh my goodness.
I'm talking about, yo, where's wifey right now?
Oh my goodness.
Where am I? Where are you, girl?
I cannot.
I'm just mad that I didn't get the music.
It was like you have a very, very seasoned sound. I would have never known you only recently started doing music.
Yeah.
Because most people who recently started doing music, they have to go through a process of like discovering their sound, right? So what was that process like for you? Did you just come into the game with like, you know, and the people around you let you know if you got heat or not? You know what I'm saying? So did you like come into the game like, oh, she is like, sis, you killing it right now? Or what was that period like for you?
Well, one, thank you, and I can give glory to God for all of that, because I don't feel like it's like innate, you know, something that you really is like, it gets downloaded from God. You know, sometimes if it's just not on, I don't even attempt to try to write anything. Like if I'm like, okay, Lord, you don't want me to write anything right now because I don't feel anything, I don't hear anything. But to answer your question as far as like how that process was for me, I'm still in it. I'm still in the process of like finding my sound and knowing like my voice.
That's
and
cap,
you know what I'm saying? I'm being completely honest.
You there.
I know.
I'm gonna ask, do you do do you take vocal coaching or anything?
I'm not taking that right now, but my husband and I were recently talking about just venturing out to do that, because like we were talking about, I'm doing guitar lessons right now, but I would like to I have done some before.
Okay.
I have done some before. If you ever heard of Trinity Anderson, she does like vocals for William McDowell. She's done a few sessions with me. Jasmine Crumley, I've done like a few with her as well. But there's one like vocal coach I have my eye on that I'm wanting to work with. So we were out of town for a while, but now that we're back, it's definitely time to get back.
She did
to work.
a tour,
Marcel, you wanna say who?
y'all.
No, it was not a tour, but I'm sorry, I didn't want to
seemed like
finish
it.
answering your question. So for Desires of My Heart was the album that we put out in 2019. That album sounds completely different than Beauty for Ashes, correct?
Yeah.
It's just completely different, and I feel like through Intimacy Project, that was in 2019. No, that was in 2020, yes. It was like furthering. So if you go back and you listen, you can kind of hear how things change. And so now, like where I am, I'm finding like what I really love listening to is what I like making. So that's kind of like where I am, instead of just, just trying to find my way of like, what do I like, what do I not like. I'm finding like my sound now, but I'm still in the journey. As much as you say that's cap.
Nah, DJ, we're gonna let you listen to something, bro. It's cold.
Sure.
No, for real.
She cold.
Man, praise
She
God.
cold. She cold.
I don't know how. I forgot how long we knew about it, but I still didn't get it. I'm kind of upset because I love people who have really good vocals. I know a young lady who's had good vocal. I told her she need coaching and stuff like that to get it right. But sometimes, again, that's some people just have it. It's a gift from God. So I heard one song that was playing while we were waiting.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to hear all of what y'all heard. So I'm slick jealous. Okay.
It's all good,
it's
brother.
fine.
It's all good. It's all good.
So who do you listen to?
I just put her on to another artist. I like to listen to Uninvited. He is a Christian R&B artist as well. Jordan May, we were talking about him the other day as well. Asha Elia, she is.
I thought you was talking about Asha.
Yeah.
No, I have heard of her though, and I think she's super dope. I think I haven't heard of her music I haven't heard entire works of her projects and stuff, but I have heard her voice. She's really talented. I honestly, my favorite type of music to listen to is like lo-fi beats, like
really?
that don't really have any words.
Yeah.
I know that seems so weird, but if I'm cooking, if I'm cleaning, if I'm doing my makeup or something, but I have to listen to other, you know what I'm saying? You want to venture out.
And I'm about to say that, is that a part of your writing process? Like listening to that and just like, you know what I'm saying, getting it in your spirit and like hearing from God? Like what is your writing process like?
I would say that it contributes to the writing process when I'm like in album mode, or if I'm like trying to write an album, because I don't really like to duplicate melodies. And sometimes when you're always listening to other music, you do it without knowing, because you hear something, or you find yourself like duplicating other people's sound. And so if I'm like just in like a writing process, like currently we're like, working on some other music and stuff right now, but it's not as like intense, so I can kind of venture out and definitely be able to like listen to other music. Does that answer your question?
No, yeah, it does.
But as far as like the writing process of everything, I guess it's a bit unorthodox. Like I like to put the beat on and just listen to it, and just let the melodies come, and then fill in the words later. A lot of artists do that though as well, but and so sometimes the words just aren't there. I can wait 2 weeks, go back to listen to the song again, and now you have the words. The night before you did my lashes, I was up till 3. I was writing that song.
Oh, you did tell me that.
From like 10:30 to like 3, and just writing, like just listening to the song and kind of just feeling out like what sounds good, like what is you just listen and not trying to make up something like, okay, I need to put this right here. It's just like this kind of sounds like this would sound good right here. Like as you just keep listening back to the same part, and then you just start singing, and then it kind of like just fills in like. And of course, I was praying. I was like, Lord, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep.
Right.
But
stay up.
But wholeheartedly, and I knew I had to get up early, and I know you don't play about no late clients. So I was like, I cannot be late to my appointment.
Did you teach her that?
They always say that. I was like, Aaliyah don't play with people late.
You got 15 minutes.
So I was like, I have to be on time. I got to make sure I'm on time and I get enough rest. But I was praying. I was like, Lord, this song, that song, it was bringing me to tears just writing that song. It was about more about like my testimony, more about, just like letting people understand that I haven't always been who I am today, and that's only by the grace of God. But it's very important that people, in the world know that, because everybody starts to look the same. You don't understand that it's a transformation and it's a process, and you think that it's so far-fetched. Like, I could never do that. I could never be like that. But when you start to hear like, oh, this happened for this person, it can happen for me too. So
we sitting here looking at all of the names for the tracks on the album. Beauty for Ashes, we got Not Another Rainy Day, Where I Am, Trust Issues, I Am Love, Serenity. Like, where's all of this derived?
I was going to ask you that.
Go ahead, DJ.
No, because Trust Issues, that's the one we just listened to out there, right?
Yes, sir.
Were you talking about someone specifically?
Well, in the end, I did give like, I guess not a disclaimer, but I did address like, to the friends and to those people who left, who I loved but left. So primarily,
Okay. I thought it was a
And-
dude at first. I'm like, wow.
Oh no, she said your daughter. So I think a big part of it was your parents, right?
It was my mother. Yeah.
Oh, just your mother?
Oh,
Because she was talking about throughout the song abandonment.
Yeah. That's what I was
So
like,
you want to go in depth about the abandonment part of it?
Yeah, sure. So, most of the album was like derived from my motherhood journey. So, like starting off with Not Another Rainy Day, it was about postpartum depression and just, how that went for me and like how I felt during that time. And I just decided to write about it. Like a lot of the songs that I write, I'm just a natural encourager. So I tried to encourage people, but in that song, I just didn't really, like, I just didn't want to be that person. I just wanted to be like vulnerable in that aspect. So for trust issues, when I was, well, I'm still raising my son, but as I'm raising him and as I was, pregnant and as I, gave birth and as I, had that whole first year of, just him being a baby and the long sleepless nights and just all of these, these experiences, it really took me back in my mind to emotions and feelings that I thought were gone, or I thought just, they weren't affecting me anymore.
Feelings like what? What you mean?
But so to further that point, basically meaning that as I experienced motherhood, it made me reflect on my mother a lot more. It made me reflect on the things that she was there for and the things that she wasn't there for. The thoughts of, how could you carry me and leave? How could, because just knowing what it's like Lena has said as well, just pregnancy, right. Just having your own child, carrying this child, feeling them move, and you give birth to this life, and and I'm not saying that there's anything different than a father leaving, but I just think it's just such a different perspective when you are a woman and you are a mother, and then you can reflect on, carrying life and bearing life, and then just thinking about like, wow, like this person left after all of these intimate moments with me, carrying me and birthing me, and I could just never see myself doing that to my son. So in writing Trust Issues, in that same breath, in 2020, which was when I found out I was pregnant, it was insane for me.
Oh wow!
Shout out to the quarantine babies.
I was about to say, yeah. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah, they're getting outside. He's getting some sun now.
My daughter's a quarantine baby too.
Okay.
I was like,
so is mine.
Hey, that girl ain't nothing to do.
She, I understand with the sleepless nights.
Yes.
We still go through it sometimes.
Yes.
Because she just turned 1.
I haven't had a sleepless night in a very long time, but my daughter has been congested the last couple days.
Oh, so it brought it back.
And we've, in the last 72 hours, I think me and my wife slept probably 4 hours.
Yeah.
She's just been up.
No,
so I was like, man, this what it used to feel like. Like, completely forgot. Not at all. I was like, I don't wish that on nobody.
So I'm just curious because I don't know the story as a whole, but how old or young were you when your mom left?
I think it was about 3. So I wasn't very old. Like my parents split, so they were married, and they ended up divorcing. In her story, it had a lot to do with just drug use and just choosing that life over the life of a mother. At least what I can say is that's what I was told, and I don't believe that my father would, fabricate anything or say anything like that. He's a man of God, and I don't, that's just not the type of person he would. That's not the type of person he is. But so in 2020, like as you're pregnant, you lose a lot of friends. You lose a lot of it's interesting.
Yeah, I
see your facial
expression. Like, what the world?
As a person like myself, like I said, I'm more so like a natural encourager of where somebody's down, I want to help them. Is something on my face?
Oh no!
You was going like,
She's like, good looks, good looks.
I'm trying not to scratch my face. So I'm just
I was like, so in the song I also just address just friendship as well. While I was pregnant, a lot of my friendships just fell off. They just weren't the same. They weren't the same. Things changed. I changed as a person. So to address like your question of what you're asking, like who is this song about? It's a compilation, but most importantly is what I addressed at the end of the song was this is primarily where this is rooted from, because when I start the song, I'm talking about how like I keep coming back to this moment in my life to where I'm reliving these feelings of abandonment. And that's why the chorus goes, it leaves me out of my head, which is just, just a saying of like, it's just confusing as to how I develop these relationships. And you feel like this person should stay with you. They should hold you down. You know what I'm saying? Friends, they should hold you down. Your mother should be there for you. Relationships. Why would you cheat? Why would you do that? Why would you leave? Why would you, leave me in that way? I've dealt with infidelity and stuff. Not in my marriage. Don't even go there because my baby ain't the one or the two. My baby. Okay. But in previous relationships, I have. Because I know they're like,
glad she cleared it up. Because that was the question that was coming from.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's phone him in. Hey, I got a question.
No.
Yeah, she got a beautiful song about him called Ephesians 5.
Yes.
That junk too fire.
And we before the album dropped, we dropped a single called Better Together. So you guys should check that out.
Yeah,
too.
I don't know that song. I need to go get that.
But yeah, so to answer your question, like I said, it was a compilation of just like, wow, like why does this trend like just happen to just continue to just hover around me, and it started just leaving me confused. And instead of just being bitter about it, I just took it to the Lord and I was like, Lord, just deal with these issues because I don't want to be hardened to other relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other friendships where they could develop, but because of my hurt,
Right.
I'm hardening my heart towards this. And that's essentially what we do as humans. We want to protect ourselves. We don't want to get hurt. So like I said in the song, that's just what I was speaking about when it comes to like, man, this is so confusing. Healing from abandonment, because then when I come to another, in the chorus I say, like, when I come to another relationship, will you leave too? Will I invest in this and you leave?
Right.
So if you listen to the song more, you will kind of hear that unfold.
Yeah, I heard that part, and I was like, dang, what is she talking about? Who specifically is she talking about? But another thing I wanted to ask was, have you spoken to your mother?
No, I haven't. And I
all?
still, no, not like she would write letters and stuff like after.
From jail?
No, she wasn't in jail.
I'm about to say that. She said she was
What? That's a great question.
No, it is.
No, it is.
I'm not tripping. I know.
No.
I just didn't hear that she was in jail. I said she was. I'm about to go there.
Wait.
Assume that.
Nah, I was like, she said she was in jail. I
remember that part.
But this was a while ago. Like this,
Who's Trusted You Part 2? You didn't hear it?
Nah, here.
But yeah, she would end up writing letters or like send pictures here and there.
How she know where you at?
My father
Oh, okay,
kept in
okay.
touch. My father kept in touch with her. He
That's
remarried, which that's my stepmother now. He remarried, but still tried to kind of like maintain that relationship for us, which I really value.
That's big for like seriously.
Yeah, like I really valued that, and but just like the letters just stopped coming. It just stopped, and I was younger, so I didn't really like.
Oh, okay.
It was something that I definitely dealt with. I was just always like, man, what did I, what was this? But as I get older, and like I said at the end of the song, I just start to realize more and more, just I have to give her grace because adulting is hard. And when you add substance abuse to it, you really just misinterpret life in general, like the meaning of it and everything. You're just looking for that next high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just give her grace, and I just say, if she's out there, if she's watching, I don't hold it against you.
But this song is for you.
But and I say in the song, come back. Like I'm not here like I hate you, or I never want to. I just want to have a conversation. I just want to know more about you. I want to give you the grace to reconcile if that's what she wants. But like I said, I haven't heard from her. I haven't spoken to her. Still look for her.
Okay, I was gonna ask you that too.
I still look for her. My father, he definitely helps as well.
That's a good
But
man.
Are you in contact with her side of the family at all?
no, so this can get so like in depth. But she's Panamanian, so she lived in Panama. And my dad was in the military, so he met her in Panama. And so a lot of her family in Panama. So it's very hard, to get in touch with a lot of people like in a completely different,
And then the language barrier.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know the language barrier. I thought you were talking about. Go ahead. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh no, it's on you now, sir.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Spotlight's on you now, sir. Go ahead. We're listening.
He's like, I'm not saving you.
And you know we can't wait. We can't wait.
I was gonna ask, have you tried like what did I try?
Ancestry?
Yeah, because I'm looking for my father too.
Okay.
And then I got close to I found a second cousin that's, you know, I don't know who it is, and then she can't be it couldn't be anybody on my mother's side. So but they just totally denied me. So it hurt for a second, but then I was just like, I kind of just let it go. I was like, you know what, it is what it is. But that's why I was gonna ask too. Would you be willing to like talk with your mom? But you already said that.
I would.
That'd be great.
I would. And I'm sorry.
Nah,
I know, like, getting that close and then just being like, because it's like it's almost like, in a movie when you just keep getting close, you keep getting closer.
Stupid close. Because I Googled her name and it took me to her LinkedIn page, and I found like her mom and them, and they gave me their emails and all that stuff through Googling, and I was shocked. Yeah, because you don't get that. So reach out.
Then
you gotta pay. I ain't have to pay anything.
Wow.
But they shut me down.
Yeah.
So did your stepmom kind of help raise you in a motherly type of way, or was it later on when your dad remarried? Like, how is your and your stepmom's relationship?
They remarried, I think around that time. They've been married for like 18. I think they've been married almost 20 years now.
Oh wow.
They have a very good marriage. I would say like my stepmom, like she's not, like we're not very close, but she's always been there for me. Like she's always had my back, you know what I'm saying? She's always provided. She's always made sure that, we understand that we were loved and that we were valued. She raised us to be, confident, and just to understand that doesn't mean that you are any less than, because this wasn't what it was, And she definitely did her part to fill in that void. And even though you can never do that wholeheartedly, you can never fully do it, but she did to the best of her ability to be there.
You gave her a chance?
But yeah. Okay. I mean, I was younger, so it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a teenager, you might have a choice to, like, but as you're younger, you're just kind of like, oh, hello, new woman. Like, how are you? And you just develop this relationship. And so we did. Like I said, we're not very close, but I can call my mom, you know what I'm saying? She's going to pick up, we're going to talk, but I'm not, like...
Emotionally attached? Like...
What were we saying?
I was saying, is it like, you're not what, emotionally...
No, but so like some women will go out with their moms to get their nails done and like do, you know what I'm saying? Well, one, she lives in North Carolina and I live here, so that's one thing too. But
it's not that far.
Yeah, when you got a whole baby to lug around,
pull up,
Yeah, but they do come to visit as well too. But yeah, like some people are just really, really close with their mom. I'm not really close with my mom, but I know that she's there for me. She cares for me, and like like. She would do anything for us.
Stuff, that's good.
Exactly. But some women are like, my mom is my best friend, and I love that. Yeah. I love to see that. But it's just not the case with us. But
so you were just talking about abandonment and trust issues and stuff, and me understanding that those carry over into a lot of different relationships. How? Because your husband had to break down those walls. How easy or hard was it for him to try to break down those walls and get in behind the abandonment and the trust issues?
We developed a good friendship first, so we just were able to really talk about like just our issues and just like our past and stuff, and I got to really understand more about just like who he was, and it didn't really lead me to suspect anything other than what he was giving me, which was like honesty. And this was even before we were married or before we were saved. Like we were, like I was just able to talk to him and just be real with him and stuff, and I don't know what it was, but I could just see like his intentions with me, and I just felt safe. Like I just felt safe with him. And so we would have our moments of when I would just, you know how women can be like, just
no,
go ahead.
Aaliyah, come on now.
No.
This is what they live for. They live for this.
I said the wrong thing.
Franchesca,
You said the wrong thing.
please explain to me exactly what.
Because he always say, you know how y'all women. I said, don't say y'all women. Then you just said, you know how we.
Well,
She-
I don't mean
She
to.
said we. She didn't say how I be. She said we.
Let me
Y'all
So
know how
who's
it-
who?
no, it's too late. It's too late.
Francesca.
Don't cap out now. You are
genuinely
free in
sorry.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sorry, Leah.
Live your truth, ma'am.
So, you know, just in general, like in relationships, like as you're getting to know someone, you're like, you know, just what you up to? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You just got your eyes just going back and forth. You're like, who you looking at? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? You can be paranoid sometimes as a woman. Like if you had trust issues, like if someone has cheated on you, if you, in my case where you were just like blindsided, you know what I'm saying? Where it was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see that one coming, but it came and now I have to get over it. But so just in that way,
You took him to the ringer.
in that way,
I'm just asking. I don't know.
in that way is what I mean. Like, you know, you can just be very like overly cautious.
Okay.
Some would say it's not really being overly cautious. You're just being careful. You're being careful with your heart. You're being careful with your personhood. You're being careful with your future, because you can waste time with men who aren't there to have a future with you. You know what I'm saying? You're just there for entertainment at the time.
That's
So,
amazing. I feel that.
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I see how you went
I
all
got you.
politically
You
correct.
cleaned it- you cleaned it up. You cleaned it up.
Cleaned it up real nice.
It's cool.
I'm
So
serious.
It was real
No,
though.
but
It
that's
was
facts, though. That's facts, though. That's real facts, and it's hard for a lot of people to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like we had a battle of the sexes at our church this week. Shout out
I
to
heard.
Evolve Life
Shout out to
Church.
Evolve.
It was fine.
And when we started talking about certain things, it was just like everybody was ready to jump down my throat. Like I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying?
I'm not doing this with you.
See, she can't lie.
You know, I wasn't there.
Pick
so
your battle,
you might have to
Can't lie.
explain to me what you was talking about, because I
It's
wasn't
cool. We'll
there.
talk about it off
Oh, I
air. I don't
appreciate
want
it.
no
Right.
He be
Franchesca.
needing to get filled in.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, he always got to lose.
What
He always got to lose.
You know, everybody here for the most part go to Evolve, and I go see Planet. I'm a part of a lot of churches, but they don't ever invite me out, so it's cool.
Oh,
lie.
I gotta invite him out.
He's so capped.
Why do you need to be invited out to go?
You invited me to your graduation.
This is not about us, okay? It's about
Right.
Franchesca and it's her interview. All right? So, Miss Franchesca, listen, what do you have coming out next? What's the next moves? What does, the next, what's next? What you got next?
Next, we have a bunch of singles dropping. We have a lot of music coming, man. I'm so excited for it, because, like, when you're out of album mode, you can just be more free. Like, when we were writing an album, it wasn't like, and I say we because my husband's a big part of the music. He doesn't write any of the songs, but he
Help inspire.
yeah, he has a big part in the music, behind it, all of it. But yeah, you just have to be so much more like just focused on just this.
Tunnel vision, yeah.
Yeah, and so we have a lot of stuff coming. I have some features coming up with like other artists as well. So that's very, like, when the fall hits, the summer's coming. We have a lot of interesting stuff coming up. We just dropped our the second video from Beauty for Ashes, which was I Am Loved. And we'll be filming another video coming up soon. We'll have like a meeting next week with our videographers to set that up. So
That video looked like a movie.
oh,
It
dope.
really did look
Shout
like
out
a-
to Grade A Productions. If y'all are not already, go ahead and follow Grade A Productions. They are basically the whole name is Grade A Concepts. They're more than videographers. They're visionaries, like definitely visionaries when it comes to understanding the vision that you want to put out, and they add to it. You know what I'm saying? In a way that is conducive for everybody. It's not just like, oh, this is what we want to do. They're just able to see what you want to do and bring it to life. Like, and I'm so glad you watched the video. Thank you.
Yeah, I had to.
I would have definitely watched it if I would have known.
Oh my god.
Oh my DJ, can you stop every
cool.
second?
I'ma say him
No.
to
We gonna get him out.
Yeah,
we gonna get him
'cause
after the
get
show. It's
him
cool.
right.
They gotta
y'all.
catch me up, man. Come on, man. Now let's go. I got that question about you said you write a lot. Have you written for anyone, or would you like to write for someone in the future? Because that's it's like really popular for doing that, especially in I know a lot of people wrote for like some hits for like church folks. You know what I'm saying? So who would you like to write for if you got an opportunity?
To answer your question, the first question that you asked about, the first question was,
Have you written for anyone?
Okay, that was the question. I'm like, what's another question? No. So to answer your question, I haven't written for anyone, and I'm not opposed to it either. A lot of my songs I find like are my babies that are just specifically to me and like what what I'm going through and stuff like that, and but I'm not opposed to to writing for other artists. At this moment, I can't say that I care to write for anyone. I'm not, but I'm not opposed to it. Like I'm not sitting here thinking about like I want to write for this person, I want to write for that person, because like at this moment I'm more so focused on just like the artistry part of things, gotcha. Less about like the songwriting, like or being a songwriter. But gotcha. I would love to do that. Like, I would like to venture out. But just where we are, just where we are with just like our music journey, like we just got to be locked in right now, gotcha. Because it's a lot on the way. Like, it's a lot on the way. We got to be locked in as far as like artistry and like what I'm doing right now. But I would take someone up on their offer if they wanted me to write for them.
Have you had any music played on radio?
Yes. Yes, I have. I don't. It was one of the radio shows I was on like 2 years ago. I think that was probably like the only one. I don't know if Pandora Radio counts, but Pandora as well. But
I got somewhere to sing your music too.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So listen, what are some? We're gonna end on this. What are some encouragement you can give? Well, first of all, sis, you good?
No, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to violate. So what is some encouragement can you give to like a young sister that's coming up, that's have a similar testimony to you and don't necessarily know how to kind of deal with the totality of it? But you being a person who's seen the light at the end of the tunnel, what kind of advice can you give to them?
And you're saying testimony from this previous season, like that I discussed on Beauty for Ashes, correct?
Everything. Mama gone, Beauty for Ashes,
postpartum.
Like what kind of advice can you give? You know what I'm saying? To just the women out there that's dealing with everything, totality. Personally,
I would say don't overlook how you feel. Don't overlook it because it's not widely spoken about. Some things that are like widely spoken about are taken more just heavily, like postpartum depression. Not a lot of people talk about that, but it's serious. Pregnancy loneliness, pregnancy depression, like those things are real. And these women are carrying life, you know what I'm saying? So first off, I would say do not overlook your feelings or just gloss over them and try to just put on a smile. Talk to someone. Tell them how you're feeling. Don't try to fake it till you make it type situation, because everything you're doing is affecting your family as well. It's affecting your child as well. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely want to like not overlook your feelings. Be vulnerable with God. Really, really be vulnerable with God. Don't try to, like my pastor says, sanitize your prayers and just come into God's presence like, Lord, just holies of holies. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
That is hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? And you're genuinely like hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're genuinely in a tough place. Like, that's why I liked Where I Am. I loved writing that song because I literally wrote that song in my closet. And I was on the floor and I was praying. I was playing a beat and the song just kind of came. It was like I was writing this song or writing a letter to God. And it just turned into a song. And so I would definitely say do not sanitize your prayers with the Lord. Like, just be real, because He's there for the high moments, but he's also there for the valley seasons as well. Amen. And I would definitely encourage you to talk to someone. Talk to your husband.
Yes.
Talk to some friends if you have friends. Let them really know like what's going on and let them know what you need. A lot of women, especially mothers, try to be superhumans and put on this portrayal of like, I'm good, I got this. And personally, that was like the type of person I was before I had a child. Now I'm like, please help, I need help. And it's a lot about like humility and just saying like, I can't do this on my own and I need help.
That's good in a marriage too. That is actually awesome in a marriage. My wife tells me when she ready to talk and tell about it, she tells it to me. And then it's a relief on the husband too, because sometimes I know something wrong, you don't say anything.
Yes.
And I gotta try to figure it out. But I gotta wait for you to tell me, so I'll make sure I'm right. And then whenever you're ready to release it to me, I can move forward with assisting, whether it's me myself or just helping with the child. Because I know you guys need breaks too.
Yes, and it just creates tension like in your marriage when you're just not honest about truly like where you are. My husband would ask me like, are you okay? Like, he literally would come, like, he asked me one day, he was like, are you mad at me? And I was like, no, I'm not mad at you. I was just literally like he said, I just could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was just like, just not the same person. I talked about that in Not Another Rainy Day. I was saying like this seemed unlikely that I would be like this because I'm a Christian woman. I should be on that mountaintop. You know what I'm saying? This should be Lord. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, and not only a Christian woman, but I was the encourager. I was the strong friend. And so I'm like, what is this, Lord? You know, how can I get out of this? So I just didn't see a way out, but just continue to be honest with the Lord, being honest with myself, being honest with those around me, not pretending. I wasn't trying to pretend like I was okay. So overall, I would just say, you know, definitely talk to somebody, be honest, and don't take it out on your kids.
Oh, please.
Facts.
Don't take it out on your babies because they don't know. You know, they don't know what you're going through. So.
Or the husbands.
Or the husband.
Oh my God.
No, that's true. That's true.
I'm just saying.
Francesca, please tell me.
Always do this.
Francesca, please tell
Why
me.
y'all doing this?
Francesca, please be real.
I'm serious. Yes, like
Just be real.
Yeah.
Please be real. Take your time.
It's really good not to take it out on anyone. You know what I'm saying? On anyone around you. Like I got to realize.
Now.
Clean it up.
No, but I'm gonna redirect it. Give me a second.
You just do.
No.
Lash sisters.
I was talking to
Lash sister. No, but for husbands as well. Yes, because when he did say that to me, it really. Like, that's just not the type of marriage we have. Like, we treat each other with respect, with decency, you know, as if this person was just our friend. Like, you don't do certain things to your friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes in marriage, people feel like because they're married to you, they can treat you any type of way because, oh, well, you can't leave me. You know, God hates divorce. He despises divorce. You know, but people really have that type of mentality. And it is scary. So, like, I'll speak to the point, even though Leah's giving me these fiery eyes. She's like, don't you say it. I will speak to the point. Don't take it out on the husbands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Really just let them know where you are and what you need.
Yeah.
Where you are and what you need. Like, I'm struggling right now, babe. Like, this is how I feel. You know, some days I was just really sad. I just wasn't myself. You know, I couldn't tap into like who I was at that point. And it was strongly because after you have a child, you're not the same person. Yeah. But I couldn't understand. I was grieving my old life. I was grieving my old time that I got to spend by myself. I was grieving who Franchesca used to be, and I didn't know.
That's real.
I didn't know that was what was happening. You know what I'm saying? And so
we don't know either.
It just hit me like out of nowhere. I was like I'm taking care of this small child that I don't know. You know, you don't know your child. You love them. You genuinely love them, but you don't know them. You're getting to know them. You know what I'm saying? They can't say thank you back. You're just giving and giving, and you're starting to look at like, I'm losing myself, but you're not losing yourself. You're actually becoming who you're supposed to be. But if you don't know that, of course you think like, man, like I'm turning into a completely different person, and it's true. It's because you are.
Yeah,
but
you transform.
It's evolving.
Yeah. At the time, I didn't know that, so it was a shock, and so. But that's what I know it's a lot of advice, but
that's good stuff.
That's real. I love that. Especially the man part, man. You know.
Good.
Come on now.
See?
I'm leaving.
I know. I did it.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I really enjoyed myself.
I'm
And you
glad.
guys, even online, like you always look like you're enjoying yourselves and just having like a genuinely good time. And so I did. The questions were great. You guys have a really good atmosphere in here, and like even everyone that's here.
And the babies.
And the babies, yeah. And I don't mind the babies. You have a baby, you know how it is. Like, and I just want to commend you guys for continuing to do this along. You know, some people say, "Oh, I can't do it. I got a kid. I'm at home." But you know what I'm saying? Y'all are still doing kingdom work with your children. They get to see that. They get to see y'all doing it. Bring the baby. Bring the baby.
I can bring mine. I'm cool with that.
And then sometimes like, no, we don't want to bring the baby. We just want to be us. We don't want to bring the baby.
I feel that.
But I do commend you guys, and I thank you guys so much for having me on here, seriously. And I would just pray prosperity, blessings to your whole show, because you guys are doing something amazing here, and a lot of people will see what you guys are doing and flock to it. So
let people know how to connect with you.
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's probably like my main platform right now, which is at Franchesca Makes Music. On YouTube, you can find me at Call Me Chess. That's the name of my channel. You can also find me on TikTok, Franchesca Makes Music as well. Reach out, like some pictures,
you can follow.
Oh, did I not? Listen, I have not been on Instagram today.
What about YouTube?
I've been taking my time.
You was on yesterday?
She had a self-care day yesterday.
Yeah, I don't even.
She did.
Last sisters.
Lash sisters. Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
No, but listen.
That's the blinks. That's the blink.
Y'all,
Hey.
right? That's what they doing.
All right, man. So listen, make sure y'all go and follow
Franchesca
on all her social media platforms. Show her that Fresh Leftovers radio show love. Thank you for coming, man. It was
Thank you for having
absolutely
me.
amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
for real.
amazing.
It was really good.
All right, so GX Stream, we're going to catch y'all next week. We out.
What's up, Kingdom? It's your girl, CEO AALIYAH, with the Fresh Leftovers radio show. And I just want to remind y'all to make sure that you are tapping into our YouTube channel. I know you love what you just seen. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your sister, anybody you got to tell. Get the word out. Let us be known.